Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for August 8th, 2022, also being timeless. It's a general collective reading. Don't ever force these bad boys to fit your life. You can discard them, you can mock them, you can save them, you can do what you will. It's general collective. If you have questions about booking a private reading of any kind or any of the services I provide, if you go to the beginning of the video, if you go to the end of the video, if you go to the description, there's always a contact. So make sure you definitely reach out, say hello, see what might be right for you. We'll talk pricing, sales, discounts, availability, time zones, all that jazz. So let's kick this reading off because stuff and things are happening. I know, so detailed. No, we're kicking this off with the moon in reverse. So I kind of feel like a lot has been weighing on you pretty heavily as of recent. This could be anything that was leading up to this point. I guess we could conclude is recent, but I feel like a lot has been weighing on you as of recent. This may have been building up over time. I also see that there was a lot of fear in this scenario, whatever you have been dealing with. I do feel like you probably had a meltdown recently. It happens to everybody, so let's not beat ourselves up with it. I do see that after you have lost your crap, you are regaining your composure. You're getting yourself back. You're starting to come back to center. Nothing really rocking you, which great. I see confidence building back up too. Whatever was the rite of passage, whatever the upset was, whatever was hidden, it's come to the surface, and I feel like you are more adaptable and capable than ever before. So I am really loving this. There is something that had to die out. That is perfectly fine. I do feel like this is something that was internal with you. I also see that you don't have to keep waiting for more and more tests. I do feel like the test period that you've been enduring is over. So now it's time to reassess what is left over with you and see where you want to take things. This is leading to the devil in reverse. A lot of detachment, a lot of apathy going on, and I see that you're able to really look at this objectively. I do feel like you're taking away the sense of personhood from anybody in your life, that there may be a power dynamic that is out of whack. I see that you're just looking at the straight facts with this. It feels like normally this would be something that would be, it would have like a sense of pettiness with it. It would have a sense of wanting retaliation, but I don't see any retaliation happening. In fact, quite the opposite. I see that you are detaching yourself from this entirely and moving on. It looks like there is greener pastures elsewhere for you, and I do feel like this is in a very mental area. I don't feel like this is I think physical would follow. Emotional, I think that you're already there. So yeah, what's going on right now is a lot of mental work for you. It's like things just finally clicked into place. I actually want to look with looks like angel therapy. Let's do this. What does angel therapy want you to know? We have two cards that just flipped over: Ascended Masters and Workshops and Seminars. Sacral chakra is at the bottom of the deck. So I think you've mastered your sense of sensitivity, and people would have berated you in the past for this. In fact, I think that you were made to feel very weak about this. You are sensitive to anything that was a noun: persons, places, things. I do feel like you picked up on the energy, but I also feel like you picked up the responsibility of whatever the energy was connected to, object-wise. And this, I do feel, is something that you took on and identified as your own when it had literally nothing to do with you in this. So you actually might really benefit from maybe some, I don't know, I could totally just say coaches in this one. I do life coaching, and I work with amazing people, but for your sensitivities in this, I think that you should probably look out, see who you connect to, somebody out in the field, somebody who could give you advice, somebody who has been through dire straits in their life like you had. I don't want you to feel like anybody's going to be knocking this down or not taking you seriously or marginalizing it, saying that everybody goes through something. Absolutely, everybody goes through something, but this is what you're going through, and you do need to reassess yourself and develop healthier boundaries, of which not only people but energy can have access to you. So this is going to be a learning process. You might have to actually sit down and have a conversation with somebody who is well versed in this, but also I feel like it's going to keep happening until you learn how to separate yourself from what other people's crap is. That's the best way I can put it right now. So if this is something that's going to keep occurring until you learn the lesson, I should probably tell you what. This might be a calm before another storm, which means that you have this amazing grace period of reassessing yourself and reestablishing some form of control and dominance in your life. You have to be the protagonist in this, not what anyone can throw at you. I mean, you can, conquer and adapt to any situation, but the tests, they have to stop throwing themselves at you as if you have no armor on you. The armor doesn't need to become a fortress. So yes, I do see that you are going to be able to move on from this. Yes, this is probably the calm before another set of storms or tests in your life, but you can actually really catch yourself before these tests occur. And I see that while it's calm right now, moving forward for you is actually kind of nerve-wracking, because I think you've been conditioned to always be waiting for the other shoe to drop. Life is starting to get better, things are starting to go very well for you, it's a sense of calm, and then suddenly you're just sitting there, you're like, you want to know something? Things are a little too calm. Okay, who's about to attack me? Who's after me? And it could be literally nothing out now, but since you are so conditioned to chaos and restlessness, this being in quiet is absolutely terrifying if you let it get to your head. So let's see how we can avoid creating the same thing, like this same cycle of attack and anticipating somebody coming after you. Because if you think about something long enough, it has to come into existence. And that goes for nouns, persons, places, things, all of it. You obsess about somebody, or you obsess about a job, you obsess about a loss, you obsess about anything, and it's not happening. It's just not happening. And then suddenly you change your mind, you take your mind off of it, and then it just kind of plops into your lap, and you're like, son of a beep. I knew this was going to happen the moment I let down my guard. Yeah, because you actually let something come your way. Do that with something better. Oh my God, I'm so scared of $1 billion in my bank account. I know it's going to come from me, and I know I'm going to get awesome things that I'm not going to know what to do. Maybe that's not going to happen. Oh my God, there's $1 billion in my bank account. Who knew? Who knew? I knew this was going to happen the moment I took my mind off of it. Yeah, use it to your advantage like that. I know what I just did was absolutely cringeworthy and stupid and all that jazz, but it's literally like that. Make it happen, but redirect your focus on what you actually want to experience, not just waiting for some sort of crazy psycho stalker to show up. Let the law take care of that one. So, let's see. the fear of moving forward. I don't want this particular deck, okay, but the two when I was, Why do you think bad things happen to good people? Why do you think that no good deed goes unpunished? Why? What have you gone through? What has occurred in your life? Who is the person that you looked up to who kind of knocked the wind out of you like that? I do feel like that is probably the transference that had happened. And I think that it probably wasn't malicious anyways. It was probably more to prepare yourself, because these people, while they love you, and this could be family, it could be friends, it could be lovers, while these people on some level have love and appreciation for you, I don't think that this is somebody who was allowed to expand and express themselves, so they felt very confined by their own life. Yeah. So why did bad things happen? Well, because you weren't given any other options and things weren't going to get better. So you've been trained to be afraid. Be afraid of the peace, the quiet, the unknown. Be afraid of being too happy even. And this is something that I had even heard recently from somebody incredibly near and dear to my heart. These people are so afraid to let their guard down and let themselves be happy. And I have heard it through not even just the person I was telling you. I've been hearing this through a cluster of people recently. So how are you going to heal this so that you can move forward? Let's see. Ooh. First off, get the F off your own back. You need to take it easy. You don't need to be such a busy bee, you know. What is this saying? It's idle hands do the devil's work or something like that. You don't need to keep yourself so busy because you're inherently bad. This is not really your method. Also, the people who taught you how to think so poorly about yourself, I'm just going to say this in the most pleasant way possible, they suck. All right, I get that you probably love and care about them. I get that they're probably wonderful people. But honestly, who needs that? Who needs to be told that their general disposition is being an absolute craptastic person? Divine intervention. So I see divine intervention coming in to heal this. Okay, what does that divine intervention look like? Does it have sparkles? Does it have crayons? Does it have a cupcake? I want a cupcake. I want a cupcake. This is somebody who is relatively new in your life. There is somebody who, on some level, is giving you a new sense of hope. That not only is this life possible, this life is already underway and thriving. This could be a new colleague, it could be a new friend, it could be a relatively new relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be somebody who you have newer ties with. So this is somebody who I think that you came across pretty unexpectedly. And honestly, were you expecting to just, every time you go out, do you expect to meet somebody new? No. All these meetings are relatively divine. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry you meet out there, or whatever the female equivalent of it is a soul contract. And they do run out. Some are sooner than others. Some, they run out well after, death. But this is somebody in your life who kind of just fell into your lap. I mean this figuratively. Don't make it weird. All right. Yes, this is an absolute catalyst, and this put the wheels in motion. Whatever it was, whatever it came to be, through trials and tribulations, through elations and blessings, absolutely, this was and is divinely orchestrated. And I do see that this person, whoever this is, has a very calm sense of familiarity. This wasn't, oh my God, throw down, arms wide open, death grip hug on each other. No, I feel like it was more along the lines of, hey, what's up? How's it going? So I want to give a disclaimer as I'm talking about this. This is not anybody in your life who is toxic, abusive, illegal. This isn't somebody you're legally not allowed to have conversation with and that you're not allowed to see. This isn't some creepy, overbearing psycho stalker thing. Yes, I have to give that disclaimer because, well, never mind. This is going to be something that I talk in full down the road. But somebody has, in essence, brought you back to life, brought back this sense of possibility, this sense of excitement even. I really love this connection. And again, not toxic, abusive, illegal, or dangerous, any of those things. So I see that Stella got their groove back, baby. This is somebody who's incredibly charming, who's incredibly energetic. And I see that this has rubbed off on you exponentially. This, we have the pyramids in the back. This is a connection that goes beyond lifetimes. It absolutely, without question, is a deep soul bond. You can call it karmic, you can call it kindred, you can call it soulmate, you can call it twin flame. I do not care what you call it, because a rose by any other name smells just as sweet, and it's just as beautiful. And I really feel like that's this kind of case. It brought you out of a sense of gray, and it brought you out of stagnance. And I don't think that it was this person who's pulling you by a rope. No, I do feel like the energetic bouncing between these energies is something that really can build up. And again, these stupid Irish curls. This is a lot of wand energy. It's very physical energy. And I feel like it's internal physical, like excitement building. And I feel like this is something that shows on the outside. I genuinely love this. There is a ton of healing that is going on in this, and there's a ton of self-rediscovery that is going on with you. I do feel like you, if you're watching this, you recently discovered some incredible gifts and talents that otherwise would have laid dormant. And I don't think that it's because this soul perpendicular? Scotty Perkins? I hear something outside the door. I see that this is confidence building. This is a gift. It is an opportunity that's being given to you. There are seeds to be planted that are going to take a long time to grow, but I think that you're going to love not only what you harvest, but the passion that goes into building this. We have the Six of Pentacles here. I do feel like this is yin-yang energy. I do feel like this is something that is going to feed into your confidence, and I see that there is pride everywhere looking at you. The empire is yet to come. I see that it's in the beginning stages, but everything is absolutely smiling on this. This is not only, it's not because of this person, all right? This is absolutely divine chance connections. You're more than the concept of a relationship. You have done amazing healing. You've gotten out of a very dark time in your life. You've been brought back to this new essence of life. You have this beautiful gift that you are going to be sharing with others. There's inspiration and a divine muse all around you. And I see that we're not going to stifle our voice anymore. I see that not going to hide anymore. I feel like a big part of you is waking up, but I feel like this is going to take a long time to fully wake up. I do feel like this is the beginning stages of it, and I feel like the more work that you do, not only on your gifts, but on yourself, the more that you're going to open up. And I see that there is success, there is victory, there is beauty, there's people who are looking at you in admiration. Some are looking at you like you just lit a bag of excrements on fire and threw it at them, but that's, again, their problem. Don't let your circus involve their monkeys. I see that this is powerful. It's led with the heart. It's led with its own profound sense of security. And I see that this is you taking charge of your life in a way that I don't think that you knew was possible. I think that you not only surrendered to your path, which probably led to the dark night of the soul that you experienced and that was breaking you beyond repair. It also brought about this new energy of you. I see that it brought up this new sense of adaptability to you. Everything about this is regal, it is new, and it is a new possibility, new happiness that I don't think that you ever had an inkling of in your mind. This is absolutely, without question, a different path than you anticipated, but I don't think you would have it either way. So, gifts are coming about not only through the healing process, but through your perseverant attitude, your inability to give up on life, and also surrendering to, I guess, these things that have been flowing to you, that have been waiting for you to open your eyes. This is a very beautiful and empowering reading. And I also see that you're leaving a lot of stresses behind you. With you nervous about getting so excited though, I kind of want to look at that briefly. How are you going to heal that? Listen to spirit and heal the inner child. Listen to the inner child. The inner child wants to come out and play. And I also think that you are going to be reparenting it, and there is going to be reparenting going on, reassuring that what you are doing is not wrong. And also, this is re-emphasizing by the fact that you're not breaking any laws, you're not breaking any codes, you're not hurting anybody. We're just putting that out there because we need to give a disclaimer. But this new bound of happiness that you're expressing and that you're driving yourself towards, you don't need to worry about it. You can talk yourself through it the entire way. And I have a feeling that the support that has come in, that has had a hand in bringing you back to life, is also going to reinforce that there is nothing for you to worry about. You're loved, you're cared about, you're supported, and you are beautiful inside and out. So if you have questions about booking a reading based off of this or any other reason, again, reach out. All the ways of contact are at the beginning and end of the video, and also in the description. Also, ask about my other services and see what might be right for you. This is an awesome read. I look forward to seeing how this changes everything with you and just the person you become. So until next time, stay safe, have fun, know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. I'll talk to you soon. So it looks like somebody's previous game is over. Awesome. I see that there's toxic masculine energy. It doesn't have to be male or female. It doesn't matter. This is just energy. Somebody from the past who has been manipulating you, and it does feel like very immature and petty energy. This is somebody who is all about image, who's all about keeping up what seems to be their status quo. There's going to be some revelation about them, and it's going to be something very hard for you to get over. I do feel like this is a big slap of reality. This might be a reality that they have to deal with. They might be reaching out to you, and you might be getting an apology. Now, if this is you and you're not allowed to be in contact with somebody, obviously don't do it. If somebody's not allowed to have contact with you, and you're afraid of them reaching out, I want you to be mindful of it. I don't feel like this is going to be something that is horrendous. I feel like somebody feels like they owe somebody an apology, and this is something that they need to be mindful of. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of hard work for you to get over this. I think that this is validating in a way that I don't think that you really realized that you needed. I think that whoever this is involving, they did not see themselves. They were very much in it feels like an animal backed into a corner. It's survivalist, hypersensitive, hypervigilant, hyper alert, very reactive energy. Something is going on with them. It's not going to involve you, but it causes somebody to want to reach out. Now again, if this is somebody who's not allowed to have contact with you, just be mindful and make sure that there's the extra steps for it. And if this is you who's not allowed to reach out to somebody, obviously don't do it. This is a really weird mini read, but the revelations are being made and somebody is getting put in check. I have a very strong toxic masculine energy around this. So this might be an abuser from your past. Either that or you'll be getting closure, I guess, in the dream state or in your own self, but the memory of them or the scenario and what you guys went through together is coming up right now. And it's either you who's going to be healing from this by yourself, by processing this yourself, or somebody wants to apologize. Regardless, it's time to heal and move on, and just make sure that you are in a good space. Somebody is going through an excruciating time, feeling like they don't belong, feeling like they've been rejected. Their entire world just got turned upside down. I also see that they are in a place where they have to decide where they want to go. There's two paths in front of them, and no matter what, they can't stay where they are. And they have to decide which one's greener, which one's going to have the big picture in effect with this. This is all about thinking about the big picture. No more instant gratifications for this person. I think that they're really stepping into their authentic self because of whatever rejection. I think that this was probably them trying to be everything to everyone, and this could involve people pleasing with this. I also see that this is going to be happening very fast. Communication is going to be happening very fast. And also the physical change that is coming into play. All of this is happening very fast. So this is somebody who is potentially at a stalemate in their life, probably just laying there, probably not doing much, probably in a real fit of depression. Now, I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anybody. That's not what I'm doing in this. I see that somebody who has been very discouraged by the people around them, who have had nothing but hardships, and no matter what they did, still got left in the cold. I see that they're getting their crap together. And I see that they are ready to start pulling themselves out of this and making a move. They have the whole world in their hands. They have the future to look forward to. This is somebody who can cut themselves very quickly away from the past, but also who's going to be very firm with how they communicate down the road. So this is masculine energy taking charge of their life. Action-oriented, progressive, healing, assertive, very passionate, still has their heart, which I think is the best part of this. Because, you know, when somebody is going through trials, tribulations, they get to a point in some cases where they do not care anymore. They have lost everything. They have lost their heart. They lost their last F to possibly give on this. And they become deeply cynical, and they kind of hold themselves to that. I don't feel like this is happening. I feel like it was a potential and a possibility, but I think that you shut yourself down before any of that could happen. So now it's like you can finally escape. You can escape these chains that were keeping you in this false sense of reality, in this very well-known and well-versed mental prison. So time for you to take action. I do feel like momentum is going to be gained, and also your passion is going to grow even deeper on this, and I love it. Very action-oriented masculine who's ready. So this is going to be a relationship read. I have 4 cards in front of me. I'm going to give a disclaimer, as I always do. This is not for people who are in toxic, abusive, illegal situations. This is not for people who have never had a conversation, who've not met, who are not allowed to be in communication with each other. Take that however you want it. I am not going to encourage horrendous toxicity. So what I'm seeing in here is this beautiful Lover's card. This is divine connections. It's very deep spiritual connection. Like you can almost feel the other person's energy. And sometimes that, you know, it seems crazy, but it does happen. I also see that this is taking off very fast. This may be not a whirlwind romance, but this is something where You guys met and suddenly it was on. I feel like this relationship has helped you move on from very toxic feminine energy, people who are ungrounded and unstable, and it has this feeling of almost being a really toxic nurturer, like somebody who nurtures but there's a price to be paid for it and it's not going to be worth its weight on that. So I feel like this energy has helped you move on from nothing but really trying and toxic connections from the past. People who did not have your best interest in either the relationship or each other. And I feel like this relationship that is in, or that is coming in, that is new or new-ish, this person, I see a ton of potential there. And I feel like happiness is already right off the bat. There's a lot to be learned and a lot to be gained from this connection, but I think that this person may be like that constant ride or die appeal. So you guys are changing. You guys are ultimately changing each other for the better, not like you're manipulating or trying to get somebody to be what they're not, but the energy that you two bring out of each other is one of metamorphosis. Hopefully I said that right, because I trip over my words all the time. And one that really gets you all to the next step. I have a feeling that this one is going to make you really realize how you could not be stuck in those other craptastic relationships from the past. And I see that this one is going to be one of the most beautiful and bigger teachers. I love this connection, but also I really want to reiterate, it's not for the toxic, abusive, illegal connections. And it's not for the ones that you guys have never had a conversation, that you've never talked. And yes, I have to give that disclaimer, but also I want you to know that I'm very much appreciative that you stopped by. And I hope that this reading made sense, and I want you to realize that it's real and that it's not going to hurt you. And I don't see this going anywhere for a while. I see that this is going to be long-term, and that this has a lot of potential to go the distance. All right, stay safe, have fun. Okay, so you're ready to jump in. You gotta do this with a little bit more of an open mind. You are taking the next step, but you gotta let go of the idea of how it's supposed to play out, how it's supposed to be. Let go of your grip, because what is transpiring in this entire scenario is so much better than anything you could have planned out. If you try and micromanage it, it's going to be very much one-sided. You have to give this space for everybody to show up in this. Something beautiful and amazing is coming together. For some of you, this may be through, I know this is going to sound incredibly woojy, but it is what it is. Some of you may find this start off through the app TikTok. I know it's absolutely, it's something. But also, it's time, and it's time for something in your life to really come together. And I want you to be open for the possibility of this to change, to shift, and also not be afraid of something actually starting and happening for you. I think that once you get that realization, it kind of sets off this panic of, oh crap, this is real. Yeah, it's real, and it's time. Now let this be what it's going to be, and let it be what it's going to be to its max. I want to see this play out. I see a lot of long term around this. This is going to be something where focus on what's in front of you, because if you look at the big picture, it is overwhelming. But when you start to lose momentum, step the heck back, look at the big picture, remember why you're doing this. I do feel like you have a co-pilot in this. So it's time for you to start talking and writing about your story. It's time for you to start studying it. It's time for you to start validating yourself in this. Let's see. I see that it took you this long because there was this fear of repercussions, people lashing out at you, being called a liar, being called deceptive. Write down your truth. That's what this is about. Write down your truth. You are not embellishing. You're not overemphasizing anything. I do feel like there are some empty threats that are around this that was threatening your sense of security and also your finances, also threats of lawsuit. I think that it's all complete garbage. I don't think that any of that was actually going to happen. I want you to start affirming how this is not only going to validate you, but how this is going to change your life in a very positive spin. So choose positive thoughts to describe this. I want you to keep validating yourself. You might be your only cheerleader at this moment, but I feel like this is going to be something that builds, and you need to talk about something that is going to get other people to open up too. Your story is one that is going to help others unlock whatever is kind of plaguing them. But also, there's a lot of benefits that are going to be coming out of this. Not only is this going to involve healing for you, there is going to be some sort of a personal coming together after this. I think that this is going to get to somebody who's very important in your life, and I see them coming forward to make connection with you. And I do feel like this is somebody that you know that you have not talked to in a while. That's right off the top of my head as I'm talking to you about this. The healing that this is going to manifest in that connection is going to be very beautiful and cathartic for the parties that are involved. And no, this is not involving people who are not allowed to speak to each other and who are toxic, legal, or abusive. But there's going to be somebody from the past who I think is going to be brought forward with this for you, and I think that that might cause some cathartic healing. So I hope that this made sense. So you've been waiting for new, you've been waiting for more. This might involve finances, this might involve material possessions, but there's a major block in front of you, and I think that there's a deep-seated emotional fear that if you let go of something, then you're not going to have anything. So there's a fear of lack, there's a fear of loss that is coming into play. But there is also prosperity that is coming in. This can't get to you with that hurdle in front of you. There's something that you do need to let go of. There's something that has been in your environment that has absolutely no meaning to you, but it's like this fear of not having stuff that is coming in. So Spirit is telling you to start practicing by getting rid of the little things, obviously, you know, things that don't have meaning to you. There's a point of clearing out this space so that there could be something else to take its place. And also, I want you to sit with whatever you're throwing out before you actually throw it out, because I see that you might actually be on the more impulsive side with this, which is actually very nerve-wracking. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of clearing out in your actual physical environment. I do feel like there's a lot of physical stuff that is going to be gone, and I think that it's necessary for you, not only in an anxiety-ridden way. I think that it is something that is going to cause healing. I feel like this is something that is going to improve your all-around health, and I see that there's going to be somebody who's coming in to help you with this. And also, I think that there might be somebody who is going to be changing your mindset with item connection. I know this is really weird, but this is what I'm getting for this. And I want you to know that help is going to be there. You have plenty of contact resources. You can look online, you can look through. Do people still get phone books? Like, is that a thing still? I don't know. But look through that and check your surrounding community. There's no shame to be had in this. I see that the decluttering of the space is also going to clear your mind space as well. So I guess get to it. Okay, so not everybody is going to be as helpful as you are. No matter how you try and point this out to them, some people are not going to care that they have hurt you or that you are hurting, and that really sucks to say. This is a really hard lesson for you. You're looking for people to see how they have damaged you so that you can actually be proven that other people aren't terrible and that they do care about you. You need to be that advocate for yourself in this. So let's see, we have the rescuer in reverse. Assume that the rescued will reciprocate. I already know that you've gone out on a limb for more than your fair share of people. I also see that nobody really pays attention to your neediness because you seem to be the grounding factor for everyone else, which is very unfair for you because there's an assumption and entitlement to how you're always going to behave, and that's not the case. So we have constant learning and how to adapt to the people around you, and also how to let people go. So understanding the nature of healthy romance, your partners, the people of intimacy in your life are not here to rescue you. They might be a factor in your healing process, but you are the person who has to save yourself in this. I'm thinking of that Birdie song, B-I-R-D-Y, and I think the song's called Save Yourself. Listen to that song right now. This also will involve the people who are around you. So then we have the shadow attribute of the angel. So acting innocent or angelic to mislead others. Yeah, people have grossly taken advantage of your kindness to where you do not trust anybody. So be very mindful with people who have the masses and the reputation. I do feel like this is something that you have bought into in the past but has led to a detriment with you. I do see that you will be getting on level with the status of these people, but you're not going to take other people for granted or use them to your advantage like they had. So major bonus and growing pains for you. Sorry you had to deal with scumbags. Stay away from them. They'll have their own karma. You don't need to involve yourself in it.